Hi, welcome to our short video celebrating the launch of WalkMe, which is being launched middle of February 2018. So you're either seeing this before or after the launch, but either way, it'll give you a quick walkthrough of what WalkMe is and how we're using it at AlayaCare. All right, first of all, what WalkMe is, it is a embedded guidance tool that will help users understand how to use the product in specific areas, how to onboard new users, how to remind users and refresh users of how different features are played out, and also how to incorporate some best practices into your day-to-day across the application. At launch, WalkMe is available in all web environments, so it's available today in your training and UAT environment, as well as in preview, and it will be in production middle of February. And then with every new feature release, it'll be available in preview with the new features highlighted. And then when that feature release goes to production, those features related WalkMes will be available in production accordingly. Coming soon, rest of the year, Teach Me, which will be an e-learning tool so you can onboard by going through X, Y, and Z walkthroughs. And then client-specific WalkMes, flows, and smart tips. Our CSM team is already being trained up on how to build WalkMes. And we can segment a WalkMe so it's only available to specific URLs. Basically, we can say, home care organization A, you want to see the specific WalkMe to help your specific intake flow. We can build that out with the CS team, so please reach out to them and talk through a change request. And finally, Field Worker, we are considering that for a second half of 2018 release. We're going to get feedback from users based off this launch, and then we'll make a decision accordingly. All right, the roll-up plan is this initial launch is going to be focused on coordinators. In March, we're going to be focusing on the finance and HR side, and then in April, the clinical side and administration, and then ongoing, we'll constantly adding additional features. WalkMe can be broken up into a number of different areas. So I'm going to first demonstrate WalkMes. Then we'll talk about videos, smart tips, validation. Now, the last two items here, WalkMe menu and launchers, they're available throughout the application and always. They launch all of these items. So let me explain what that looks like in a second. So I'm going to actually demonstrate the WalkMe menu right now with the WalkMe, but I'll also quickly show a launcher with the smart tip and then later with the videos. All right, so let's dive in now. So WalkMe just shows up here in the bottom right corner, and a user can click on it and say, I want to add client risks, or they can type something up separately. So they could say details. They can review visit daily, reviewing service details. So if I want to add risks, so I can add a client risks, I can click on that. And the WalkMe is smart enough to know that I'm not on a client profile right now. If I were to click on clients, it's going to take me through the process of finding the right client to add, or finding a client to add into the mix here. So I'm going to say Peter Fitz. It's waiting on the screen, and it's going to take me down to my risk assessment. And when I click on it, it now knows. Note that it's just telling me where to go. It's popping up, and it knows there's already one row. So it's saying click on the row. And what's important is some of the actions we take have options to either I can click next or I can choose from the drop down. And it knows whether I'm making an action, whether it's type, whether it's picking from a list, or whether I can click next alternatively. So the second I click, let's say allergy, it's going to ask me to type in a risk now. So let's say this guy's allergic to latex gloves, and it's going to ask me to choose a level. And now this is an optional task, add additional risks. I can choose next, or I can click to additional row, and it'll take me through the process again. So I'm going to click next because I don't have any other risks. I'm going to click save, and it's going to take me up to the top and actually guide me to let me know that up here, your risks update immediately, both on the web and mobile. And we can see latex is there. Yay. Now, that was an easy one. And I mentioned before, within a WalkMe step, it'll either take you automatically, it'll allow you to have an option of clicking next, or you can make a choice based off of something on the screen, and that'll move you to the next step. So if you click, pick from a list, type something, it'll move you to the next step. Now, the other thing it can do is it can also lead you to another WalkMe within, which is a link. So if I were to take a more complicated one, service details, reviewing service details here. Now, notice this time it's not asking me to go find a client because I'm already on a client. So click service. And actually, if I were to let me erase this one here, click X to exit, and I'm going to open up that exact same WalkMe right now. Service details, reviewing service details. It's actually not going to tell me to click service first because it knew I was already on this step here. So choose a service. So I'm going to click save. And now this is more of an informative WalkMe where it's walking you through, sort of step by step. This is having a client success manager next to a user for the first time, telling them what every single item on this list is, and what service address is, and what the funder information is, and what the visit information level is. And then moving on to status, here at this point, the user can click on a link to actually open up an additional WalkMe. So I can actually just click next, or I can click working with and updating service details to take me through a much more detailed WalkMe. So it's a WalkMe baked inside of a WalkMe to give users a really good sense of the guidance. It's a sort of real choose your own adventure kind of experience. I'm going to click. So click, and then now it's going to take me again through the steps, and if it's on hold, it knows to put an effective date, etc. So it's smart like that. Now, the other thing that WalkMe's have, and I mentioned smart tips before, is we've got these little, I'll get to the smart tips in a second. We also have videos. So we have a couple different types of videos. I'll show sort of the purpose of the videos. One is just to inform users of a concept where it doesn't make necessarily the best sense for a WalkMe. It's more of an instruction or a discussion around what the feature is. We also are going to use WalkMe videos to launch best practices. So managing to employee, notice that the difference is the WalkMes have the little step guides, whereas the video has a little play video button. So here's one, managing to employee visits. And I click on it. This is actually walking us through a
Hi
best
there,
practice.
my name is Miranda Smelt, and I'm a Client Success Manager here at AlayaCare. And today I'm going to walk you through our best practice of how to schedule multiple employees to one visit.
The best practice in AlayaCare.
So this is great in that it gives you an opportunity to learn sort of the best practice of where and how to do something that's beyond just click here, click there. It's going to actually take the user through it on video. And then we can add subsequent WalkMes to have them practice themselves. Now, in addition to through the menu, if I look at, let's say, invoice labels here, you'll see working with invoice labels is a video, but we actually have it also available, and you'll see these popping up throughout the application. The little icon, you'll notice a little icon here for a play button. And when I click on that, this is on the invoice label section. I click on it, it actually opens up a video. Here's Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm a Client Success Associate, and today I'm going to walk you through funders labels.
In AlayaCare, you have the ability to set up invoice labels for client funders.
So here, you can see us walking through and explaining a concept. Now, there's going to be a WalkMe for how to add a new invoice label, but the concept of invoice labels is used by, let's say, 25% of our clients for specific needs, and other people might benefit from it but don't know about it or are curious. They can watch the video to learn. So these smart tips, whether it's through the little play button or through a little question mark, can give users more information about the product. So we also will have these little guys here for did you know. So this is a smart tip in the application. And did you know that global search doesn't just search on clients or employee name, but actually it searches on any demographic. I can type in part of a phone number and it'll come back and give me users that have 444 in their number. So if I click on Drew West here, he's got 444 in his phone number, and that's why he was showing up. It's a huge, super helpful tool used for managing at that point. So that should give you a little bit of an overview of what's coming first. Validation I'll mention, and you'll sort of see that coming in the product down the road. But in the meantime, we talked about videos, smart tips, WalkMes, the WalkMe menu, and launchers all over the screen. So the next step, and what you should do, is you should play in your preview actually environment, which should be training, and let us know. There's going to be certainly there might be some errors. These are complex flows, and it's a complex product. So there might be a dead end here, a dead end there. Let us know, and also let us know suggestions. What trips you up? What trips your users up? What's the feature or task in AlayaCare that when a new coordinator comes on board or a new staff member comes on board, it takes an extra few minutes to explain how to do it in the system. Those are the ones we want to make sure we cover. It's also the ones we want to make sure our product team understands, because we want to improve that user experience. We definitely want to have that be something that sinks in And we want you to tell us what we need to build as far as WalkMe's and smart